What's going on? What's going on? It's gonna be an interesting night tonight. Good evening to everyone who's here now and who is gonna be coming in for sure. Let me get myself together. That's for sure. Let me get this together, y'all. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right. Okay. I think we good. So we're gonna talk about something very interesting tonight. Make sure as y'all coming in, please hit the like button for me. I definitely need y'all to. That's for sure. And subscribe to the channel if you already haven't as well. Um, so we're gonna talk about goals for 2025. No matter if you are a owner operator, looking to be an owner operator, or even a freight dispatcher, right? Um, so straight out the gate, I was thinking, man, and because I had a little situation this week, honestly, driver, some other stuff, right? And I'm constantly like seeing and witnessing and experiencing things with people, and they want to get in this game, right? Especially heavy haul, oversized, whatever you want to call it, right? You know, overdimensional, oversized, specialized freight, heavy haul, all these different names you give it, right? I like to just go with specialized freight, right? Because it's just not regular freight, it's specialized freight. But I've experienced a lot of people on my journey myself, even before now, but just being in business, starting business, and doing things in business that most people fail, right? And a lot of people, they don't even understand why they really fail. Like why they never get uh the business or get the thing that they want or like reach the goal that they set. A lot of times is because they'll either one quit. Most of the time it's because they quit, right? Um, they're not willing to like go through the pressure of becoming who they need to become or go through whatever it is that they need to go through to actually get the result that they're looking for, right? Let me move this over here. Um, that they're looking for. You know what I mean? So I was sitting back thinking, man, and I kind of had a little something going on. And I was like, wow, man, like a lot of guys want to get into this game, whether it's heavy hauling or not heavy hauling, but really it's just, being an owner operator and just getting in the game and they want to make the money. They want to have the business. They want to, have the truck. They want a heavy haul. They want to look good. They want the YouTube channel. They want whatever it is that they want. They want the outcome, right? But they don't want the everything else that comes with it so they can actually get the outcome. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy that they even like that people like that. You know what I mean? And they're like that on all different levels, right? So it just kind of made me think back to when I first got in the game, right? When I first got in the game, before I was even on operator, when I like really got in the game, got my license, start driving, stuff like that, right? I went through a lot, right? And I'm gonna kind of tell you about that a little bit, but make sure to stay to the end because at the end, I'm gonna tell you the things that needs to happen or the things that I've done that helped me get to where I'm at today, you know, in the, trucking industry. Give me a second. Let me check this right quick. One second. All right. So yeah, so basically, I went to thinking back and I'm like, wow, man, they got a lot of guys that as soon as they go through a little something, they quit or they pivot or they get upset or they go to crying and whining, right? And they don't stay in the game, right? They quit or they just never get to where they really want to be in the trucking game, right? I've seen this so many times. Like I see this so much, you know what I mean? Like I see this so much, like to this day, and I've seen it a lot, right? And made me think back about like, did I do that when I was coming up in the game or anything like that? Was that something that I did or whatever? Maybe a little, but I didn't quit though, right? When I first started, and I'm talking about before I was even on operator, just to get the license, get the experience, and get in the truck to even get to the level of being an operator was hard, right? I went through a lot just to, do that. Like I had to go work for a company, work on the ground, being, in a power driving company, no CDLs, start driving with them for them to give me a chance. Start driving 18 wheelers with no CDLs, earn enough money to pay for my test, use the equipment, went took my test, and I think I was getting paid as a CDL truck driver, driving around heavy equipment, only like $8. And I got paid $8 an hour running local for maybe a year. And I'm not that old. Like y'all can see I'm like 20, right? So anyway, like I was a young man. This wasn't like 20, 30 years. I mean, kind of sort of maybe like 16, 15 years ago, something like that. But it wasn't like that long ago. And you're talking about 8 to 10, $8, and then they bumped me up to 10, then they bumped me up to 12. And that was the most I got paid, $12 an hour, 12.50 or something, right? And sometimes you wouldn't get paid for some hours, sometimes you would get paid for some hours, whatever. So you wouldn't even get the whole $12 an hour, right? And like you were struggling, like the only way you really would make money was if you work in 60, 70, 80 hours, 90 hours a week to really make some real money. And at this time, like I had a baby and a woman at the time, and we living together, and I had one car note and another, insurance, and like I had bills. Like I wasn't like this single man just with no bills running around. And but I had to go through that to just get my license, right? And get the experience. Because every time, I would even like I didn't want to go to school because I didn't want to pick because I knew how to drive already. So I didn't go to school. I didn't take that route. So I got the license. I was, but I did any and everything that it took to get my license and like get the job. So now I'm, running around heavy equipment, stuff like that. I went swapping jobs a little bit, and I went to go get a job at a dump truck company, right? And I probably wasn't even 21 yet. 2020, either I was 20 or 21, but I was very young with a CDL. Nobody really wanted to hire me, right? Because it's like, I'm talking about everywhere I went. It's like, nope, you don't have enough experience, or you're just too young and you can't get hired on till about 23, 24, maybe even 25 years old, right? So that was like, wow, like everybody was shutting me down. I could not get a job, a driving position. It just wouldn't work. So I really, really wanted this job. It was driving in dumps, in dump trucks, because the trucks looked cool. They was limo tinted, they was clean, they made money, and it was like close to my house. Like, I'm like, man, I need this job. Went to go get on with them. I'm like, every month I would try to get on with them. They constantly would tell me no. They would shut me down. Nope. You're too young, you don't have experience. You're too young, you don't have experience. They just kept telling me that, right? But I didn't stop. One time they said, you know what? I told them, I said, listen, I'll work in the mechanic shop, right? Now I already have a CDL. Okay. I could have just kept going other places and like figure it out or whatever. But I said, you know what? I'll work in a mechanic shop, man, until a truck open up. Cause it's like, oh, we don't even have a truck open anyway. I said, I'll work in mechanic shop until a truck open up. So that's what I did. I started changing tires, greasing trucks, doing all that, right? That's why I started that. And guess what? I wasn't in a mechanic shop but like 2 days maybe. And like the third day, somebody called off or something like that. It was like, hey, look, we need you to drive a truck do you sure you know how to drive? Because I was like young and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, man, like I know how to drive. And I was like way smaller than what I am now. Like I was like really skinny, right? Like 100 and in my teens, like 120 maybe. And so I got in the truck. Dude took me on a run. I made the run, dumped a little, whatever. I still kind of didn't know what I was doing. It was an old, raggedy Mac, like a 1960 with 2 sticks. It was actually 3 sticks. It was a 2-stick Mac, right? So the first stick, yes, it was 2 sticks in the truck, not just one. So the first stick, you had 4 speeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you had the other stick. You had low, high, and reverse, I believe. I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was 2 sticks. So you had to like use 2 sticks to shift the truck. Yes, I know a lot of y'all don't even understand what I'm talking about or know what I'm talking about. I've definitely never even driven a truck like that. I've driven that truck. That was one of the first trucks that I had to drive, and I had to learn that to have the job. And I did, and it was raggedy, no AC, no heater. It was a hoopty. I'm talking about it was so the truck was loud. It just was, but it was what it was. I was making money and I was driving a truck, and it was a trailer. Then they put me in another truck because I was like the guy that they would like kind of like, he's man, that's young blood, man. Put young blood in that truck. It is what it is. He just started. Like, he better not say anything because he's lucky we even hired him. That's what I had to go through. So then I'm in another Mac, right? Same way. And I remember I would go work 2 shifts a day, like 10 to 12-hour shifts, all right, in a 24-hour day. And we were working anywhere from 10 to 12 hours on the first shift and 10 to 12 hours on the second shift. And this is how we used to do it. Because I only would make anywhere from like 100, because it's about an hour, 100 to $180 max a day, all right? A shift, I'm sorry. And you'd have to go, drive like almost an hour to the job site. So that's an hour. Then you got to get there, and then you're going to work 10 to 12 hours. And then you're going to take probably a 2 to 4 hour, 2 to 6, 2 to 4 hour break. And then you start your second shift. And I would do that. So what I would do, I would work the first shift, take the break. I would do the second shift. And like on a 4 to 2 to 6 hour break, guess what? I had to sleep and take a nap because it was a day cab. It's a dump truck, right? No sleeper, none of that. And like drivers complaining now about like not having a microwave in the truck. Man, look, I'm sleeping on a bucket. Like I'm putting the bucket in the middle of the seats and laying across, kind of like, just kind of like chilling, trying to catch a nap on the job site to get ready for my next shift. Like I got on my lunch pack, wasn't no microwave, nothing, no refrigerator, wasn't no nothing. You just straight sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly. It is what it is, right? Canned goods, warming them up in a little hot plate or whatever, if anybody know what that is, right? So I'm doing this, and then on the third day or the third shift, I'll go run some local loads, buy the load, getting percentage of the load. And then I'll do that for about 4 to 6 hours. And then I'll go to sleep, skip that shift, and then I'll do it all over again. So I'm only like sleeping like, in a week's time, maybe, I don't know, 12, 15, 16 hours, like in a whole entire week, right? I'm missing weekends and everything. Because the weekends, like when I really get the money, right? And I was going through all of that just so I can like pay my bills and stick with this trucking thing. Now I could have went done all kind of other stuff. I could have went worked offshore. I could have done all kind of stuff, but I stuck with that, right? And then now I'm like making my money. I'm earning my money. I'm stacking some money. I'm learning, and I get my first truck, right? But it kind of made me think like, wow, they got drivers complain about how they have it today. And man, in my opinion, I know they're gonna have some people that's gonna like disagree with me, right? Or whatever like that. But man, this is the best trucking ever been, in my opinion. I know. They got some people out there gonna be like, oh my God, he tripping. No, I'm not. Like, I'm serious. Like, for real. I know dudes who ran on the road for Swift, right? And was getting paid like with experience with a CDL. They was lucky if they got $600 to $700 a week and being out there all week long. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, let alone driving some horrible equipment and stuff like that. But they're dedicated, and some of them was able to stay in the game, get their own equipment, get their own truck, start their, trucking company, and they stuck with it, right? And they still out there today. You get what I'm saying? So like that's kind of what I want to talk about tonight. Like, are you one of those people that's gonna do that in 2025? Or are you gonna go all in? Are you gonna show up to the company, whether you're a company driver or whether you're gonna do a lease purchase or whether you have your own truck? Are you gonna come to the company where you're gonna lease on to, and you're gonna come with in mind that you're gonna provide value and think of and just constantly provide value until you get what you get back? Or you're going to come with an entitled mindset and just focus on what you're going to get out the deal, right? Because definitely if you have that and you're like that, you will not grow, you will not get big. Like that's more of a short-sighted um way of thinking instead of a long-term thinking, right? So the let's see here. Even if have your own authority. Well, I have my own authority, I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, but you got brokers that you need to do business with. You need to be fair with them, right? You need to be honest with them. You need to have character even with them, right? Not just everything's like not just about you, right? So I got a couple things, even for like the freight dispatchers, right? Like think about freight dispatchers. I see a lot of freight dispatchers. This is for all of y'all that's out there that's watching right now or will watch this video. Listen. Man, I see this all the time. Freight dispatchers are constantly asking, but they don't give anything. And it's like you're constantly asking for someone to pay you for a service, which is understandable. But what did you give? Did you give anything? Did you help this owner operator in any kind of way to make them want to, you know, hire you or do business with you or anything like that as a freight dispatcher, as a logistics manager, you get what I'm saying? A lot of reasons why I even got to where I'm at is because I would give for free or whatever. Like, like I just told y'all the story about how, in the being a truck driver, I went in, made way less money than everybody else, worked longer, worked harder, but I gained experience that I can actually put on paper. I gained experience that I actually learned. They couldn't take none of that away from me, and I made my money and I leveled up. Even when I first started, because I do have a freight dispatching company as well. Like that's basically how my company is designed. It's a logistics company, right? Trucking as well, but more to like I service carriers and logistics. But anyway, when I first started, now I've been in trucking for years, going on 21, 22 years, right? But I didn't, when I offered my services, I had no way to prove to heavy haulers that I actually knew what I was doing. And some of the stuff I didn't know what I was doing, right? In the beginning, right? But I've been in the game for a long time. You know what I did? The first person that told me yes, right, or was willing to tell me yes, I told them straight up, hey, look, I work for free. Now this is me. At the time, I was like probably $6,000 a month in bills, right? And I've already been doing this in trucking for years. A ton of experience, right? But I didn't walk in there with my chest poked out like, oh man, I've been doing this, you know, hire me, pay me this amount of percentage of the blah 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 blah. Nope. I said, you know what? Listen, I'll do it for free, right? Show me because the guy had like a 13 axle or something stretch, like it was like something serious, and I didn't know what I was doing to dispatch that, and I just wanted to learn. And I knew that if I can learn what he had to offer me and give me, that was way more valuable than what he was going to pay me in a percent, whether it was over a couple weeks, a month, or whatever. So you know what I did? I told him, hey, I work for free. And that's what I did. He was like, okay. I worked for free. And I would just stay on the computer all day, all night, look for loads. I didn't know what I was doing. He taught me, but he didn't like train me. He taught me by constantly turning down every single load that I offered him. So guess what I had to do? I had to get better if I was going to make money. Period. Period. Like, period. If I wanted, there was no cause. There was no, oh, go join this community, learn about heavy health. Go. No, there was nobody giving a game. Like, it was not giving a game. And this was recent. This was like 2 years ago. This wasn't that long ago, right? Like, go through my channels or whatever. Like, go see. Maybe it was like a year to 2 years ago. I can't remember. But they didn't want to, like, I knew regular stuff about heavy hauling and oversight. I didn't know about super loads. And that's basically like I didn't know about super loads and stretch loads and none of that. So I had to learn from him, but he didn't like teach me. I had to mess up and he would just tell me what the correct thing was. So I would like write it down, take notes, and I'm doing this for free now. Right. And then when I did start charging him, like he wasn't even paying me. So now I got an issue with him not paying me. And then he would he would do stuff like I would find him a load and it was weird. He would go behind my back and like get loads on his own and underbid. And I don't know. It was crazy, right? It was a crazy experience. But I learned, and guess what? That opened up the door, along with a lot of other stuff as well. But that opened up the door for me to like really get in heavy hauling for real, right? And I got some other clients, start dispatching them, start making my money, blah, blah, blah. And I decided to like get back into trucks again and like have my own trucks and all this type of stuff. Whatever. And that's where I'm at today, right? So that's for you free dispatchers. That's, I'm gonna beat up on you a little bit, right? For the ones that's constantly asking, hey, hire me, but like give something, help them out, right? Like teach them something, help them with something, or tell them you'll work for free for a week or two or whatever, and then maybe charge them, right? Because now you've became a valuable asset, right? But it's kind of hard to like get in a game, charge someone, kind of make a demand on what you're gonna charge in a sense, and you haven't really brought the value to the table yet or whatever like that, right? A lot of drivers do this. Like I've seen this firsthand when I was, in the workforce driving. I seen it when I went on my own. I seen it when I, had a bunch of trucks. I see it now just hiring drivers and like, having drivers. And I've been employing drivers for the last maybe 15 to 18 years, something like that now, right? Like actually me employing a driver, paying them W-2, W-9, all this good stuff. And I've had experience with so many drivers, even outside of me hiring them and them working for me, that people that I've just known, even could have been friends, right? That they have so many entitled, I'm gonna like do a video on that. They have so many entitled drivers, especially after COVID, and they don't even understand, man, that is probably the worst. Like they have way more drivers out here now than driving jobs. All right. And owner operators need to understand that, because even though you're an owner operator, you still have to remember you're an operator. So you own and you drive. So even though the other driver over here is not a owner operator, that's still another truck on the road, probably at the same company, probably hauling the same freight or whatever. That's like you're kind of directly in competition with, in a sense, right? So just because you like, well, I'm gonna go be on operator, you still are in the same kind of pool of drivers in a sense to that you have to kind of compete for work for, in a sense, right? And this is why I'm always telling people to go specialize, because by you offering a specialized service, you can be handpicked out of this bunch of people that that's looking for work, right? So 2025, what are you going to do? Are you going to and definitely run the questions in the chat? I'm definitely going to get to them. But are you going to fold, or are you going to go all in, right? Because number one thing is, when you make that decision this year, don't do like last year, because it could be you that did this last year, but they definitely have people that they made a decision last year, or they thought they made a decision last year, right? And they didn't go all the way. They quit. And when I say quit, meaning they quit. They didn't like take a step down or step to the right. They didn't pivot. Hey, look, my truck broke down. It might be owner operating. Like, you might have to go get a company job to get your money back up so you can get back in the truck and start it again. Or maybe, you got your truck, but you didn't have enough money for the authority, insurance, or whatever. So you parked the truck, whatever. Maybe you say, well, you know what, I'm gonna just work at night so I can make the money, so I can like do what I gotta do during the day to be a freight dispatcher, whatever. I've done that too, right? Certain things, but like, are you all in? Are you actually gonna go all in 2025, right? Like, we're already in February, right? Which is about to be coming to a close, but like, at least we're gonna have 10 more months, right? Are you actually gonna go buy that truck? Are you actually going to start your authority? Are you actually going to start that freight dispatcher business, right? Like you already know you might have an issue with like figuring out where you're gonna get the money from and this and that, and this and that. Go get a night job. Go work at night. Go work at night and dispatch during the day. Oh, I can't get that much sleep. So what? It is what it is. You starting a business. Amazon was in the red. They didn't make no money. They was in the red for like the first, I don't know how many years. I probably got to Google it, but like 8, 9, 10, 15, 12, whatever, how many years? A long time. They didn't make no money. They didn't have no money. You get what I'm saying? So like, go work at night. Start your dispatching business, right? Downgrade your lifestyle, right? I know a dude, young man, this dude was paying like $2,000 a month for a pickup truck. He used to work with me. He used to drive one of my trucks. $2,000 a month. And he asked me for advice. He said, hey, look, like I want to get my own truck, whatever. I said, I got you. I'm going to mentor you. That was the deal we had. You come drive with me. I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to give you the game, right? And that's what I did. And I went to asking him questions, and he got this new truck, nice truck, whatever. $2,000 a month. And then he had other stuff as well. But he had $2,000 a month just on a pickup truck. I said, man, I wouldn't advise you. I would try to advise you to stay away from a $2,000 a month truck note that you're going to go generate $250,000 to $500,000 with. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, you got this $2,000 a month truck that is not making you no money at all. This is crazy, right? He said, what you think? I said, man, you need to get rid of it. Especially if you want to go in business. Like you need to get rid of it, bro. Like you need to get rid of it. Like you could take that $2,000 a month, the first month stack, the second month stack, the third month. You could do 90 days in my truck, stack that same $2,000 a month for 3 months. Now you got $6,000. And then on the fourth month, you could take that and go put down. Basically, what I told him was, look, you stay with me for 6 months. You could take 3 months of that money, stash it, take the other 3 months of that money, go put a down payment on the truck, right? And now you got a truck and just lease on it. Go make your bread, your own operator, right? But you could just by you getting rid of the truck, right? Just get rid of the truck. You got $2,000 a month right there. Just getting rid of the truck. Not nothing else, not the gas you're gonna save, because the truck got you, you're going to have fun with the ladies and your party and you're moving around when you come home, all this type of stuff. So now, I'm like, bro, you go hit the road, you ain't even going to want to come home like that. because now you think like, dang, I ain't really got no transportation. Because he was like, well, what am I gonna do? I got a note on it, and it's gonna mess up my credit. So get your credit back later. So what? Well, man, man, look, figure it out, bro. Like, I can figure it. I did it. I did it. Like, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff I tell y'all, man, I've done this myself. This is not stuff that I like didn't do. No, I did this myself too. Like right now, currently, I don't have a vehicle. Right now. And at the time when I was talking to him, my truck was paid for, had a dually, dually with a 6 on it. Y'all might have seen it in my videos. But the engine went out, head gasket blew, and I said, you know what? Like, I'm not about to put 10 grand in this truck and like fix it. I can like flip that money in my business. So I sold it and that was it. So like, I'm gonna get a vehicle, but guess what? I made a decision that I'm going to try my best. I'm talking about I'm gonna go all in to try my best to get a vehicle that only I can put on Turo and make money. So the vehicle can pay for itself. I don't want to all of the assets that I like, all like me work. If I gotta get up and go to work and pay for a vehicle that pay a note for the next 2, 3, 4 years, I won't get it. Won't happen. That vehicle, because what happens is those bills that you create, this is a gem. I'm telling y'all, this is something that I had to learn to like build a business and understand having a job and having it's different. It's not the same. It is not the, especially for y'all truck drivers out there. Just because you're good at going drive a truck do not mean you're good at like having a trucking business. It is not the same. Even if you're just one truck on operator, it is different. You have to have different levels of discipline, different levels of focus, different levels of dedication. Like, all these things you got to learn new skills. You have it's different. It's not the same. It's not like just go to work and whatever. But put the car on Turo, car pay for itself. But why am I being like patient to do that? Well, because one of the reasons is I don't want that if I get a vehicle or any bill for that matter. I'm just using this for example. If I get any type of liability, and it's just that, a liability, and I have to get up every day. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. This is I'm telling y'all. I have to get up every day and go figure out how to generate some money. It ain't happening for me already. All right. It's not already happening. I have to like get up and go do it. Whether I got to get up and go get in the truck, I got to get up and dispatch, I got to get up and do something, right? It's not like already done. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't already have trucks generating money. I don't already have something out there making me some money, some stocks, some real estate, some whatever. I have to get up, use my muscles, use my might, use my time that I have to take away from my family, my kids, and all this stuff to pay for this vehicle, right? I used to do that. I'm talking about nice vehicles. I would always get a new vehicle. I had multiple Infinities, multiple trucks, I had Acuras. I might have had a Lexus one time. I had a BMW 645, the Dub Deuces on it. I'm talking about nice. I'm really nice, like for real. I had a lot of vehicles. Guess what? I've learned, wow, those liabilities was controlling me because every time I try to make a pivot, especially in business, when my business was going down, it wasn't that the business was failing me. It's just the business just needed me. It needed my help. It needed my support because it's a relationship. This is what's going on with you and your business, man. If you got a business or you're trying to start a business or you're gonna start a business, you have the owner and the operator, because it's probably just gonna be you in the beginning. You have a relationship with your business. You have to give your business some love. You got to give your business some care, some security. Like you have to do that. The business needed me. But the liabilities told me, nope, you can't help the business out. You got to help us. The 2019 Harley Davidson said, nope, you got to give me that money. The 2020, whatever it was, GMC, Texas Edition Sierra said, nope, you got to pay me first. The insurance said, nope, you got to pay me first. All the women and partying and the clubbing and the, I used to race motorcycles and every weekend. And, I had a very, this is why I talk about it so much. I had a very, very bad spending habit. Like I would go below, make 50, 70, 80K in a week. And I would be turned up like weekend. And I tell my drivers, like one of my main drivers, he might be watching right now. He know. Do you, bro? Like, I don't care. Just whatever. As long as you're making money, I don't care what you do. Right. So, like, and that was a mistake. Those liabilities had so much control over my life. They had so much control over my business. Like I couldn't, when it was time to scale or get a truck out of the shop because it needed some repairs, or maybe pay a driver to sit a week or two to keep him because the truck broke down or whatever it was, right? It was hard for me to do that, or I just couldn't do it. Why? Because I had these liabilities, right? And guess what? One of the reasons why I had to file bankruptcy was, I'm letting y'all in, right? Because I want y'all to know, like, these are the things that will is why you wouldn't be successful in your business. It ain't a lot of stuff that you think it's gonna be. It ain't, it's you. It's something in you, something in your mind. It's something that you're not, it's you. It's something that it's not an outside force. It's not because of the economy bad right now. I just showed y'all in the video, like, look, I made like right at close to $1 million last year. And this was like, so-called everybody, was the worst year in trucking. Right? Like, it's not gonna be the freight and the brokers and no. Nope. It's not gonna be that. It's most likely gonna be something with you. And man, those things had so much like control, right? One of the reasons why I had to file bankruptcy is not because my assets wasn't being paid for. I couldn't afford the liabilities, the cars and the motorcycles and the this and that. Like, I couldn't, it was just too much. And by now I stopped paying for it. I'm behind. Guess what? My credit messed up. So now I need to go get a loan, right? To save my business. Guess what happened? Nope. Can't get the loan. I ain't got no cash. I'm trying to this and that. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm blowing the money. So I'm like, oh, damn. So I went through that. So that's one big thing that in 2025, please manage your money and be disciplined. All right. Now, what else we got? Because I got some notes, right? And put your questions in the chat. We're going to get to them as soon as I run through these notes right quick. And another thing is y'all hear me say this all the time. Get rid of the distractions. Lock in, man. Like, don't do what you did in 2024 and every time before that. Actually, if you are going to do your freight dispatching company, if you're going to be an owner operator this year, you decided this is what I'm gonna do. This is what's happening. Do it. Understand, as soon as you say you're gonna do it and you make a decision that you're gonna do it, excuse me, and you're gonna move forward, you're gonna like start moving towards that, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna show up. This, like Myron Golden says, good mentor, great mentor. Y'all should go check him out, Myron Golden. Disruption is going to follow intention. Once you intend to do something, once you set out to do something, bam, first thing gonna show up is disruption. You know what I'm saying? Something's going to like, try to go down and try to happen, but you got to push through that, right? You might actually be like, hey, look, I'm gonna go get the night job and then I'm gonna work during the day. I mean, work my freight dispatching company during the day. But then when you go get the night job, they don't want to hire you, or they might fire you or something like that. Or like you might be a single mom and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this freight dispatching thing so I can stay home with my kids and whatever, whatever, whatever. And now, right when you start trying to do it, bam, you get fired up. Bam, you gotta, you know, uh stay with your kids. And I don't know, anything, right? Just anything, right? Or you're saying you're gonna like buy your truck, and like you got the money for your truck for your down payment or for whatever, and now something happens to where you got to use the money. And it's like that's the very well thing why a lot of people they don't even start, because right when that happened, they'll just stop. And it's like, damn, man, it took me all year or 2 years to save up this money. So now they're thinking about, dang, it's gonna take me another year, another 2 years to save up again to try it again. You don't know that. Most High might bless you with another way to get it, right? But just because that happened, you like, bam, you just you gave up, you quit, right? So do whatever you got to do to move forward. What else we got? Stop being entitled. Listen, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Stop. Like trucking companies, if you're a truck driver and you're looking to be an owner operator, trucking companies don't owe you anything. Stop walking in the door acting like you got all the experience and you know everything, and stop. Like stop. I'm a little bitty company. And my phone rings every single day, all day, with drivers. Some of them could be great, good, excellent, bad, horrible, or in between. I don't know, but they call all day, like all day. And I'm a little. There's no link you can fill out, like just little, right? Little company. So you can only imagine how many companies are like getting calls, applications, just da da da. Chill. Lead with value. You make the phone call. Hey, how you doing, sir? Da da da. Da. You talking to him. Hey, listen. I would love to come and be a part of your team, your company. I want to come drive heavy haul, specialized, whatever that means, because that's what we do over here, right? So I'm imagining this is what you're trying to do. You want to get in the game, because I know a lot of guys, they don't have the experience to get in the game, and even if they do, this is what they want to do. So still don't poke your chest out, right? Like leave with value. Hey, listen, this is what I know I can do. This is how much time I can spend on the road. This is the type of trucks I've driven. Or I know how to drive. I'm hardworking. I don't know how to, do it oversized, but I'm willing to learn. I don't care about tarping. I don't care about being in the snow. I don't care about hitting the road. Like I'm here. Like, what do I need to do? That's how you look. Like, that's how you do it. If you're on operating, it's like, because got a lot of on operators got their own truck, but they don't have the experience. So a lot of people are not going to let them lease on. They don't have the money to get the trailers, right? And by they don't have the money to get the trailers or start their own authority, now they still, even doing own operating, they still got to look for a job because they got to lease on, right? Because they're the driver. They drive the truck. So by them driving the truck, you still employee to a certain extent because you're driving the truck. So you have to fill out the application as the driver to get your truck to lease on. Period. All right, cool. Stop, especially on operators. Stop showing up with like your chest out. Oh, I've got 20 years, 30. Okay. Like, all right. Like, what can you do for me though? Like, I got a truck for you. Like, what I got for you almost basically. Like, I got a truck for you, trailer for you, freight. We're going to make money. Okay, cool. What do you got? And I talk to drivers all the time. And I'm being honest. Some of you I probably talked to that you're watching right now, right? And if I haven't, let me give truck drivers a little game right quick. This is something that don't do. I already know as soon as I get on the phone with a driver, and the first thing they ask me, so how much do you pay? I promise you. And if I've talked to you and y'all know who y'all are out there, I don't remember exactly every time who I talked to or whatever. So you might can call me again. I won't even know if I talked to you before, right? But as soon as I hear that, I'm like, this ain't gonna work. Like, it's one-sided. They don't how much I'm gonna get paid, what kind of trucks you have, blah, blah, blah. The last guy that did me that, because I usually just kind of like let them talk and be like, okay, well, well, I'll get back with you, right? Just because I believe, hey, if you leading with that, it's not gonna be too good, right? All right. The last thing I said was the last guy that did me that. I said, okay, like, wow. In my mind, I'm like, wow, this is supposed to be an interviewing process both ways, right? That's what I believe, right? That's how I do it. I'm interviewing you for a driving position. You interviewing me for as a company. That's fair, right? So I started my interviewing process. Like he led with his questions. I didn't have a problem with it. Start asking me questions, right? So then I went to ask him questions. So, well, how many years experience you have? He answered, no problem. I said, what's the biggest load you hold, right? That's called getting a little tricky now. Cause now you want to do heavy haul, you want to do oversized, right? You big dog. You've been doing this for years. Okay. What's the largest load you ever hold? Tricky little question. Okay, how many escorts you ever had? What's the heaviest? Right? Well, when you did this load, you was up north, you was in the mountains, you was in the hills, you was down south, you was on flat ground. How long did you go? You know what I'm saying? You know how to book your own loads, or you absolutely need a dispatcher? Do you know how to get permits, or you need somebody to get them for you? Do you know routing? Would you tell us the route, or would you prefer us to tell you the route? Or do you even know how to pick your route? See, you're a little tricky now, right? Um, then one of the ultimate, this is one of my good ones. And I promise you, if you're watching now, you want to call me about a job, cool, great. I'm a great guy, like, cool. But let me give you a little game. One of the questions, and a lot of carriers is starting this. Y'all know this. How many trucking jobs have you had in the last 3 years? Just three, not five, just three. I think he said like five or something. I said, oh, is there any reason why you have had you didn't stick with none of them for a year? Just one? Just one. Like you had five and three? And he texted me and said, hey, well, he called me. I didn't answer because I was working. He texted me because we were texting. And then he texted me and said, hey, I would like to explain. No problem. Like we can definitely do that. Not a problem. All good. But see, it come to like when you go to getting questions asked to you, not saying that he had, because I don't know the story, right? Or not saying that that was like a big issue, or 1 second, I don't know. Camera. Give me a second. Y'all, I don't know what happened. Let's see what happened. What happened? What happened? But anyway, well, I'll fix this. So yeah, so he was basically like, you know, well, I actually don't know exactly, the story, whatever. I don't know, even remember if I actually like talked to him. And if you're out there and you're watching, brother, like give me a call back for sure. Because I think he like found me through my YouTube channel, I think, right? And definitely not a problem or anything like that. Let me get this back up and running, y'all. I don't know what, for some reason my camera does that from time to time, right? So um so so yeah, so don't do that. Lead with value. Don't be calling people and trying to get a job and a lease on or whatever. On operators too. Like on operators too. That's not, don't think because you have your own truck, you got the seniority. You're asking to partner up and be a partnership with someone's authority. We're in business together. Like, you know, lead with value. The same way that you want carriers and everybody else to leave with value, right? So that's that, right? So definitely stop being entitled. Know how to present yourself, and go after your goal. You want to do the truck 2025, or start driving for heavy haul. Learn it, learn the game. Do that. If you want to, buy your own truck, do that. You know, don't be entitled. Don't give up. Like go all the way. What else we got? Yeah, that's it on that. So let's go to the chat. Let's see what we got, man. LT said peace. Peace, my brother. What's up with you? Ish Legend. Make sure y'all like. Let me see. Let's like. It ain't that many of y'all in here at the moment, but coming in, going out, staying. Let's get the likes up. This YouTube thing is new for me. I'm learning it. I'm like learning how to do this, and I want to do lives. Like I actually next week I think I want to talk about like relationships and truck driver relationships and women and men and stuff like that. I want to get it interesting, man. Like real talk. So Ish Legend says 91 says I'm currently at Melton Truck Lines, I believe, m- getting my 6 months experience in flatbed. I was thinking of going to ATS to get into that specialized fleet to learn RGN. I have years of experience and was an on operator. Um, okay. So do you have years of experience over the road and just don't have open deck experience? Is that what you're saying? Okay. I think that may be what you're saying. I'll wait for you to come back. I'll wait for you to respond to that. Are you saying, clarify that for me? Are you saying that you have years of experience and was on operator, but now you're currently at Melton getting your 6 months open deck experience? If that's the case, that's what's up, man. That you like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Showing everybody else, like that shows, like, hey, look, I actually been in the game and like I'm willing to step down or go down to like just get experience. If that's the case, right? A1K, I guess. A1A, A1A. I don't know. Um, Sorry about if I mess it up. Marco, how much experience are you looking for to drive with you? Definitely minimum of a year, but it depends on if you doing a flatbed, a step deck, or RGN, right? So it kind of depends. I'm more, I'm more looking for dedication. I'm more looking at the attitude more than anything. I'm not training right now. I've trained for years. I've used to take I drove drive van. I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. And I would just get them nothing but lumber loads, strap and go, or loads that just would strap and go. Or I would train them, depending on the type of person he was, driver they was, put him in the truck, FaceTime him, give him examples. There was one time I paid for like a online training course from this company. I need to find that. That was pretty good. And they would train on securement, train on drive. Like it was just a lot, kind of like the big companies do, CRST and Tennessee Steelholders and all that. Like I bought that same product. I was paying like $1,000 a month for this online whatever certification. So you like go on a computer, take your classes, you get certified, and like you can actually take this to another company, whatever. That was years ago when I was under my own authority and you know had a lot of trucks. That's not the case now. I'm partnered up with a guy with his authority, and we got a business deal together. So yeah. Anyway, uh, so that just depends. Ish Legend 91. Do you think if I learn heavy hard ATS, I should get well versed and then go out on my own back to Landstar or authority? Yes. Unless you're gonna do like teaming at ATS. Reason why I say that is because ATS, they're long term. If you're talking like this and you want to do your own thing and you want to like make, more money and more freedom, whatever, ATS not the spot. For a single driver. Now their teams, I think they require you to be a team. Now their teams make like 3 to 4 grand a week or something like that. But you got to be gone like 4, 5, 6 weeks or something at a time. The teams make good money. But solo, if you because it seems like you're like, look, I want to level up. ATS, nah, just get the experience, get what you need. You don't have to like become an expert either. Just get what you need. Get the experience you need. You know what you need, right? You know what you need to be safe because it's already seemed like you're making wise decisions already anyway, right? So it seems like you're a wise person. So like, you know, um, get your experience, get to the level you need to get at to where you can be safe on the road and swap up. I would say this though. Jumping companies not good. A lot of companies are cracking down on that. When they see more than one company in a year, they're cracking down on that. A lot of drivers get around that sometimes because they don't show up on the clearinghouse or like a DOT. So by they never got stopped by the police or DOT or whatever. Like in other words, they're in the database of hiring and everywhere they check, they can't find them. So a certain jobs won't pop up. But more and more carriers are uploading information to this database. Even us as a smaller company, we uploading to this database, right? Um, yeah, this too, right? SAP too, yeah. So like, excuse me, a lot of people, man, like the game is changing with getting on. Like, this is why I'm trying to tell you. I was like, look, man, and this is fresh on my mind because I just had like a little situation with driving. Like, man, this ain't what's up. Like, man, just learn. I'm telling you, especially when it comes down to heavy hauling and all that, man. That's not what's happening. Like, that's not what's going on out here. You got to think about it. For every entitled or driver that's like, I'm gonna do what I want. It is what it is. You have another driver, whether he's good, great, experienced, or whatever. You have like 10 to that one that's looking to get in the game, not only in the game, but like in the game of heavy hauling. That's willing to like, hey, look, I'm you know what I'm saying? So think about that. Just Ish Legend 91 says the grind is real, trucking on the independent side. Plus, you need to manage your money properly. Having a business is 24/7, 100. Definitely right about that. Ish 91 said, do you think if I had Okay, I think we went through that already. Western Wheels LLC. What up, Western Wheels? Got a Western Star? Oh, that's one of them internationals. Let me see, it look like international. I don't know. Do you have a dispatch service section for flatbed boss to hire a dispatcher or for someone that's looking to obtain dispatching services? To hire, am I looking to hire dispatchers or are you like looking to come on as a dispatcher or looking to sign up? I mean, to actually drive, either way, I have both. Go ahead, text that number right there, 985-326-1699. We can talk about it. Definitely. 985-326-1699. I don't know. Maybe you can't look at the screen right now, but that's the number. All right. What else we got? So yeah, basically we do have both. Yes, got openings for special, RGN drivers, and yes, we do offer dispatching service. And yes, if you're a beast at being a dispatcher, and especially with open deck and oversized heavy haul, all that, we definitely can have a conversation about that as well. Ish Legend, okay, you answered my question. 91 says, yes, no open deck, but years of driving reefer and van. Listen, I'm gonna start. I'm using this software called StreamYard, and I'm able to like send out a link and let people come on. I'm gonna start letting people come on to the show. That's something that I want to do, right? And I definitely appreciate people that's watching me in the beginning days, because like my first year of having a YouTube channel, going live and doing all this is totally new for me. I had to like get out of my like whatever. I've never did none of this. I've never did like this wasn't a thing. Social, no, trucking, doing my business. That's that. This is new, but I would like to get, people like this on to tell a story, because this is a great example of what I mean. He has years of experience. He had his own truck, or still have his own truck on authority and everything. And he took a step back, right? Jumped in a company truck. I know what they're getting. Like I know what's up over the ATS and Melton and all that. And he knows. So he took like I said, a risk, but like a step down, or he sacrificed to level up. Right? He literally sacrificed to level up. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go get in a truck, learn the game. And he's still saying, or she's saying, I'm sorry, for, she saying that go work for another company, learn even more experience, and then go with the move. I love that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Ben Francis Beats says, "What's up, Marco? I have 3 years OTR experience. That's what's up. Good time. 1.5 years of that being open deck, flatbed, and step deck. I've done oversized and overweight loads, but not RGN experience. That's cool. That's some people, they can get on RGN and just like that, right? Me myself, I'm not willing to like train from scratch anymore at this moment. I just done it for years, and some people just didn't appreciate it. Not all, but some of them didn't appreciate it. I'm talking about they didn't know nothing. I trained them up, and as soon as they learned the game, bam, they like went to a bigger company, and then guess what? 90 to 95% of any driver that's ever quit with me, they came back. Like, I don't even get in my feelings with that. Like, because remember, I've driven trucks as well, and I've quit on people too. So, like, I know the game, and I get it. I know how it feels to be on the road, stressing, missing home, and not having all that. I get it. But, like, so I just kind of like the training thing. It just kind of, because I've did it for so long. But it just depends. Hit me up, once again. Text the number. All right, 985-326-1699. Text me at 985-326-1699 and let me know what you're texting for, what you're looking to do. Ben Franks B said, once again, I'm willing to learn if you're willing to give me a chance. I stay out 6 to 8 weeks. Wow. Now that's an offer. Woo. That's what's up right there. Man, you might put that on, even if it ain't with me. Man, listen, you put that in the Facebook group with some, like going to, that's another thing. Anybody looking to like get on Facebook groups, posting, like being humble, being respectful, and going to fit. Now they got some anal people in these Facebook groups, so like watch yourself. But like going, posting basically like a short resume, stuff like what you're saying right here, like they'll pick you up like that, like real talk. So that's what's up. That's some good leverage right there with the 6 to 8 weeks for sure. Isaiah says, call-in show, definitely. I'm learning it. I just want to make sure I like do it right. I don't want to be messing up and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm definitely doing that. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah says, same for carriers that I have dispatched. They always come back. Really? Got you. You're right. I've had hundreds of drivers like over the years, right? Like I've had a lot of drivers experiences, like just boom, 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 over and over. I haven't had that many with the dispatching with the carriers and all that, right? I have a good bit, but not that many, nowhere near as many drivers, right? And now that you're saying that, yeah, two of them, like, yeah, they more like they was like, hey man, I need you. And I was like, oh wow, like you didn't even like you was crying about the fee was too high. Now you struggling. That's crazy. But it looked like that's all we got. So if y'all know, we're gonna start getting through this a little quicker. We got an hour and 8 minutes. That's pretty good. If we don't have anything else for the night, we're going to get out of here. Let's see. Yeah. All right, cool. Listen, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to, like see more content like this, right? Also, go in the comments. I believe I pinned it, right? Like, once again, I'm still learning this stuff. I believe I pinned a comment with the link to the free community. This will probably be, for everybody to know, this will probably be the last week or 2 weeks for it being free. Reason being, I'm about to launch some courses and some training inside of the community, and then we're gonna move. We're gonna kind of like change this the style of the live to like a show instead of a actual live Q&A. We're gonna move the live Q&A inside of the group, but then it's gonna only be for, you know, paid members. It's not gonna be that much, but the group will be free for now, but it's gonna pretty soon swap over to paid. And anybody that's already in the group, while it's free, they will get a discount to get into the new group that is paid. But anybody that is not in already and they coming after that, it will be a new price. So with that being said, I don't see any more comments. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And until next time, see y'all next week. It'll be for 6 p.m. We're going to keep doing this every Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see y'all definitely in the next video. All right, peace.